Yo, what up nerds? It's the weekend, and as always, that means it's time for a brand new anime streaming showcase. And this week, we're going to do a little something special. Rather than look at one particular show that has aired in the recent and or past, we are going to look at shows that I am currently watching as of this recording. It is the fall season. It's essentially in full swing. We have got past our 3 and C method of 3 episodes and see if you still want to keep watching it. But we're just going to look at a few shows that are, the way I'm classifying this, these are shows that have started in fall or have started previously in another season and are still currently running. Whereas usually I would do a video that has one and done. It's had its seasons or its entire series is wrapped up. Like if you go on my anime list, these series still have anime episodes listed to show. That's what I'm getting at here. Pretty simple stuff. So let's just hop right into it and do my fall series I'm watching. Probably going to think of a better title than that. The first show we will be looking at is Infini-T. Essentially, actually, literally, it means 12 Wars. This is adapted from a Japanese light novel by Nisio Isin, and it's illustrated by Hikaru Nakamura, but the anime is handled by Graphica, and it's premiered in October of this year. So what we're looking at here with Infini-T is all of the characters of the Chinese zodiac have come to life. All of the animals, per se, but they're in human form. And these particular characters are pitted against each other in the 12th Zodiac Tournament, one that takes place every 12 years. Each of the warriors must swallow a gem, which is poisonous, which begins to kill them after 12 hours, and what they must do is gain every single gem from every 11 other warrior to attain a wish that will grant them anything that they wish. So what we have here is essentially it's a Fate Stay series with a little bit of a more edge to it, whereas Fate Stay tends to get a little more philosophical, a little bit more deep-minded, and a lot more darker in thinking. Infini-T just says, fuck that. Here are 12 people that are just going to beat the shit out of each other, kill each other, and just go rampant. And it starts off very brutal. Literally, the opening shot has one of the characters already dead, decapitated, and the charm of each episode so far is, I'm only 5 episodes in as of this recording, is there is a style where each episode is focused on one of the characters. So we're looking at essentially it's going to be a 12 episode, maybe 13 episode series, and what it looks like is each episode focuses on this one character, gives us their backstory, helps us care about them, and not to spoil too much, but you usually will find this out almost immediately. A character will die at the end. That is sort of the idea here, is it seems like we get to know these characters, we get entrenched in them and why they're doing what they're doing, how they got where they are, and then they die. There is a little bit of another twist that comes later in the most recent episode that sort of subverts some expectations. But so far, if I want just a mindless action show with actually incredibly cool choreography in some of the fights and just a unique style. The art style is actually really interesting in that it's clearly cel and it's clearly digital, but there's some almost artifacting that comes on with, it looks like almost like pencil lines, and if you look real close at some of the characters when they're a little bit in a standstill, the art design is kind of interesting to look at it on a smaller detail, but it's still mostly a mindless show. It's more character driven. It's maybe every episode's about 75% dialogue and character development, and then maybe a little bit of 25% action every now and again. But it's so far the pacing's fun. I do enjoy watching it. I think it's a pretty solid show if you just want like an action show to enjoy. Funimation have licensed it. Their dubbing, I believe, has started or will have started shortly thereafter this video goes up. So if you're into the English version, you may definitely check it out at your whim. It is going to be available soon or is available now, but the Crunchyroll version is also available for you if you like your subs. So moving on, we're going to check out our next series, Inuyashiki. Inuyashiki is based off the manga of Oku Hiroya, the same gentleman that brought us Gantz, a series I think I've covered I think a couple months back actually, wherein with this story, it's less focused on a virtual reality game. And in this story, we have an elderly gentleman who's completely disowned by his family. They want nothing to do with him. They hate him. Ichiro, it just cannot catch a break at all. He is hit by what looks like an alien spaceship or some sort of mysterious explosion that kills him. But what the aliens then do is rebuild him. They rebuild him a completely replicant body that is incredibly powerful. It is full of surprises that he is still learning as of this episode. We're only about 3 episodes in as of right now, so it's still very early, but the first 3 episodes have actually been a pretty cool idea of looking at. The first episode is Ichiro's life. It starts off, he is just a blue-collar worker. He and his family get up and move across the country. His kids seem completely disinterested in anything. His wife seems like just over the marriage, does not want anything to do with Ichiro. And it's his parlay into becoming essentially a superhero. Whereas the second episode focuses on Hiro Shishigami, who was also in the same location as Ichiro and was also killed and rebuilt by this weird alien force. But Iro takes on a little bit of a different turn when it comes to his powers and his abilities. He becomes almost maniacally homicidal and is literally just walking around killing people. He has seemingly no regard for anyone else except for himself as well as his friend. And the second episode is particularly, might be hard to watch for some people. He essentially breaks in to this house and just blindly starts killing everyone inside. No regard, no reasoning, nothing. These people are pleading for their lives, and he just does not seemingly have any idea of why he's doing what he's doing. He doesn't present it. It's just he's homicidal, he's a monster, and he just has no mercy and will go about killing anything that gets in his way. By the end of the second episode, Ichiro and Hiro have now met up, and it sort of leaves us on a little bit of a cliffhanger that really starts to ignite the overall plot of Hiro seemingly has got his powers under control, is very comfortable with them, whereas Ichiro is still learning the ins and outs of everything. It looks really good. It's got some ugly CG every here and now, but it's really not unwatchable. I think if you want a superhero show that really does present a black and white villain and hero, I think Yoshiki has a lot more to bring us as well as develop. But so far, 3 episodes in, I'm enjoying it. I think it's pretty entertaining thus far. Just incredibly brutal, so be fair to keep a lookout. Lastly, we're going to look at Infini-Force. Infini-Force is a little bit of a weird egg kind of series. Essentially, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the first and I won't be the last to paint it as such, it's essentially an anime Avengers all within the same universe. You won't see anything like Lupin hopping into this world and fighting along with these guys. It's mostly the contained Tatsunoko universe, but it's got people from Gatchaman, Casshern, Tekkamon. It's just got all these really very 60s and 70s anime superheroes, but they're now coexisting in this world, and they are protecting the 17-year-old Emmy. Emmy is seemingly just done. She has essentially no interest in anything. She's bored. She just wants excitement, and she is desperately craving it. And so she stumbles upon a magical item, which is a gigantic pencil. And for whatever reason, it has created this need of these universes coming together. There's very little explained thus far. We're about 5 episodes in, and it's still incredibly entertaining, but unless I've missed something, there is still some plot that needs to come in and help extrapolate a lot of what's happening. Regardless of that, it's a surprisingly pretty full CG show. Given Tatsunoko, who do not release mini series, I can't imagine what their budget is. I know they're kind of hedging a lot on this. They've actually already had a movie for this, or it's coming out soon. I haven't really been paying much attention to this because I'm kind of a bad fan, but I thought I would just give the first episode a shot. It was released in a 1 to 2 kick, and I was like, all right, let's just see. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun, super entertaining, super creative. It's a superhero show, so there's really little reason as to why a lot of this stuff will happen, and then you add in the fact that it's a Japanese superhero show, and you'll probably get less reason and explanation, and that's okay. Sometimes you can just watch a show that doesn't necessarily have to mean much. It can just be very pretty, visual, and just driving you along with the plot, and I think that's what Infini-T so far has brought us. It's just brought a fun, entertaining show, and that's really all that matters. Viz Media have licensed it, and you can find all 5 episodes thus far streaming on their website. It's so far, I think with this and the other 2 shows I've already mentioned, you can find a little bit of a mix of everything, but there's really just so much that you can choose from this season. There are a few that I am waiting on to be batched at the end of the season, and I will take all of those in as soon as I can. Others that I'm just waiting a little bit more time to see if they're worthwhile. But honestly, you can go and find anything that's airing this season and probably enjoy it. In addition to these 3 series, I'm also watching Dragon Ball Super, which has been running for a couple of years now, as well as the Naruto spinoff / sequel, however you want to call it, Boruto. I am a big Naruto fan. I think it has a lot of problems, but Boruto so far has been pretty enjoyable, even if some of the series has been mostly filler or just kind of throwaway episodes that don't really feel like they're building anything other than just a few side characters. It's still pretty, it's Studio Pierrot, they're going to do it anyway and milk the Naruto cash cow as much as possible. So that's just 5 of the series that I'm watching, in addition to anything else that I will do for Anime Streaming Showcase. It's a lot, man. My life, I know it's going to sound like total first world problems, but I got a lot to do. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with my problems. That's not what you're here for. You're here for anime recommendations. So take what I have, apply it to your life if you like, or go out and find something, whatever you like. There's bound to be a single series that's airing this fall season that you can get into and enjoy. I hope you like what I have to watch, and I hope you find something that you really do enjoy on your own. And thank you for joining us. Yo, that was fun, right? I hope you enjoyed that. I like going off script sometimes. I like doing a little bit different. And as the fall season is rolling on and there's a lot of series, I think you can find something you truly will enjoy. So maybe go outside your comfort zone this season. Find and watch something you wouldn't ordinarily watch that's maybe in a seinen demographic, or maybe a shoujo demographic, or a harem demographic. I don't know. Whatever your tastes are, maybe try and just switch it up a little bit. And speaking of switch, I bailed out of work early this week to record this episode because otherwise I would not get it done, because I am a big old dingus and I finally hopped on the switch train, automobiles, it doesn't matter. I'm super fucking excited, you guys. You maybe have an idea. Mario is legitimately my favorite platformer, legitimately my favorite video game series of all time. I told myself if they made a Super Mario Odyssey bundle, I would buy it, and I did because they did. Nintendo, I love you so much. I'm going to get this stupid thing hooked up. I'm going to download Mario Odyssey, and then I'm literally going to, well, I say literally, figuratively dive into this stupid ass world, this stupid console, and I'll tell you what, I've got my friend code. You could find it here on screen as we currently are doing this. Feel free to add me up in the little star with the orange background. That's me, Zabu-san, as it's pretty much everywhere on the planet. So I'm going to hop into this. I'm so happy. I have waited for this for so long. It's so gorgeous. It's such a cute little console. I love it. But anyway, fuck that shit. We're going to hop into this. And I just want to thank you, as always, Laser Time crew, for hopping in or allowing me to do this. I don't know why I said that. I'm so excited, you guys. I really just want to fucking play the Switch. I hope I didn't break it. But In addition to the Nintendo Switch that I'm playing, I also assume you probably like video games. You can go to Green Man Gaming by the link in the below in the description and save a bunch of money on video games. Currently, as of this right now, Friday recording, you can still hop in and get Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, basically the entire remastered Game of the Year edition for $13 on PC. That game is pretty fantastic. It's so over the top and hard hard fantasy. It's so cool. It's such a cool game. Go find it and pay $13 for it and indulge it in your weekend. If you're not playing Super Mario Odyssey, if you're not, I don't know what's wrong with you. That game is probably the most glorious thing I'll ever play this year. Sorry, Breath of the Wild, but anyway, I'm so excited. This video is going on too long, and I hate myself for it because I just want to play video games, and I'm going to go do that, and I love you, and I will see you guys next time on Anime Streaming Showcase. Please have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye.